Hey guys, Saga here, and today I'm wearing a scarf, but not because I'm pretentious.
Hey babe, here's your caramel marble mocha macchiato.
Did you remember the low-fat cream? And the 2 pumps of Peruvian caramel sauce? I'm wearing a scarf because we're going to the north. To meet the Warden of the North. West section of the character selection screen. Yes! For Honor! A game that succeeds where so many other games before it have failed. In making sword combat feel like actual sword combat. And disconnecting feel like actually getting stabbed. Over and over again. Today's guide, you guessed it, the Warden. I started my journey here with the Warden because I wanted to play a character that would give me exceptionally good fundamentals that would translate when I go to learn other characters. And I was worried that if I started with too much of a specialist that I would ignore fundamentals in light of better things that are specific to a character that wouldn't help me translate to other people later. The Warden, in my opinion, is the perfect starting point if you're new to the game because not only do you have a character that is simple enough to easily pick up, but you have a character that has enough depth that once you have picked it up, you're not left with a character that you can play extremely well that is just very simple. The Warden is a character that you can play on any step of your journey and is an absolute must-have weapon in your arsenal. Alright, a quick word about this guide. This guide is as disorganized as it is dense. So if you're looking to really make the most of it, I suggest you pause on parts you want to learn and replay them, because I'm not going to waste time talking about like specific inputs, because everything in this game is pretty much the way you think it's input. And when I say it's disorganized, I mean that there's both basic things that are conceptual to the character of the Warden that you need to understand in order to understand how to play this character properly, and then there's like really advanced like special tactics. And there's no clear divider between them, so yeah, use your discretion. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, first let's talk about your poke game. 2 main attacks when you're poking. First is the overhead. The overhead comes out fast, moves you forward slightly, and is chainable into a second attack. You can do this second attack, however, it only works well on people who are really like hitting buttons hard, because a better player will realize they've been hit and then block the second, parry the second, or riposte the second, and it's dangerous. So you only want to throw it out sparingly against good people, and against bad people, feel free to get the full chain. Second, the Warden's zone attack is one of the fastest zone attacks in the game. It's got a good range, it hits things hard, it's nice. But it comes at a cost of stamina, so when you use it, you want to really manage your stamina, back up, wait for it to regen. The only time I would recommend throwing it out and then going into exhaustion is when you are very confident in your abilities to defend off the exhaustion, and you're against a class that can't punish you for being exhausted. So like, I would never go into exhaustion versus, say, a Conqueror who could just knock me around for free. But I might not mind it so much versus like an Orochi or another Warden. Also, you can occasionally make the bet for exhaustion if you think you're gonna get the kill. Alright, some other ways that are not as good from neutral. You can throw an attack from the side. If the first hit hits, you can cancel into a second, that's free. If this does hit, you can lead into your shoulder bash mix-up, which is great. But it's slower, easier to read, easier to react to. I use this sparingly, and I only use it when people have a read on blocking both the zone attack and the up attack. Why are these files so big?
My spoon is too big.
So where I was planning to put out a proper Warden guide, instead you're gonna get this. Shoulder bash, feint cancel, guard break is a good way to punish the dodge. Second example, same idea. Another option is to shoulder bash, feint cancel, shoulder bash. Off of a successful guard break, if you throw them into a wall, you can land your overhead. It only works against a wall, it has to be done immediately, and it's the maximum damage you can do from a grab. Shoulder bash, feint cancel, guard break if they dodge, again. Shoulder bash, feint cancel, shoulder bash, feint cancel into defend, or parry or riposte. This is one of the most fundamental setups. Shoulder bash cancel in front of him, jump back, let him whiff an attack, and then punish it with the shoulder bash. A well-spaced up attack moves you forward and can punish people who are throwing out random heavies trying to hit you with the end of the combo. Spacing is the key. Zone attack comes out quick, punishes grabs, punishes slower attacks, punishes all kinds of things. It's not safe on block versus everybody though. Like the Nabushi, for example, can get a free guard break if they block your zone attack. Here's another example of step back, let them whiff. Punish the whiff move with the shoulder bash. Again, same thing. Get this as a tool in your arsenal. It's especially good against stubby people with crappy range. Think warlords, conquerors, lawbringers. Especially against characters who want space. Put them in the corner and convince them that they live there now. This is your new home. My last piece of disjointed advice: learn to defend, block things, and most of all, tech grabs. Keep teching them. Just keep doing it until you can do it easily. Until somebody grabbing you, like walking up to you and grabbing you, becomes like a laughable tactic. That's how good you want to be at teching grabs. And when you're in exhaustion, just stay calm. Defend the same way you would normally and tech grabs. And you'll get out of exhaustion very easily against most characters. It's also good to remind them while you're doing this that they live here now. So I took this mountain of footage to make this guide for you, but I recorded it like a little bit too high, a lot of bit too high quality.
My spoon is too big.
And as a result, I've got 250 gigs of mostly unusable footage. So I tried to like salvage what was left to give you something that's like resembles a guide, maybe? Look, that's not important anymore. What is important is that in the future I'm going to be making For Honor content. I'm going to have a series called Daily Duels where I put out my best duel daily. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? And I'm going to explain insight into like fighting. I have a mountain of fighting game experience, including being on the top of like the Xbox Live ladder for Third Strike and for BlazBlue. And by top, I mean top 10, top 3. That's top, right? I mean, not number 1 per se. I did go outside. I'm good at fighting games, and I've got a lot to bring to the table here, and I love For Honor, and I want to talk about it. I'm also going to be talking about Gwent in the future, because I love this card game. I love it like I enjoy it, yes. Also, anything The Witcher is wonderful. You know, but even this is misleading, because like I'm just going to have like a mountain of new content coming out on my channel from now on. I'm going to try to keep up with the daily video schedule. It's kind of hard now because I'm still in Taiwan, and I'm going to be working here on top of doing this and on top of doing everything I'm normally doing for the next 2 months. But after that, I'll be back in America for a while. I'll be back on American time, and I'm going to be putting out a ton of new content. So for the next 2 months, you're going to see all kinds of new stuff come out of my channel. You're going to see my first short film. You're going to see all kinds of awesome things. And you're also going to get more Overwatch. You're going to see the second part to the Increase My Sensitivity video, like why I did it. I promised Huck, a man far too handsome for his own face, a second part, a follow-up on it. And I didn't have enough to say until now. So this is a video that I've been thinking about for like 2-3 months. And also I want to cover the new tank that was just added to the game. However, I would like to have something to say about her first. I think most people who make videos about new characters tend to do it before they actually know anything about the new character, and I'd like to avoid that. I'd like to actually have something to say to you guys. My name is Six Saga. I vlog, I travel the world, I create short films and do all kinds of other things, and I'm going to be covering all kinds of new games coming out into the future. So if that sounds cool to you guys, please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Also, if you guys would like to see me expose PewDiePie for the horrific monster that he is, check out this video right here.